Hello, welcome to Zulf Photography. So straight into it, 8 tips for shooting a wedding. So I don't do many weddings, but I have covered enough to be able to give you these tips that I find very helpful. So I do a lot of commercial type shoots, whereby it's events and actual product shoots and business listings, things like that. But these tips that I found are very helpful for shooting weddings. It's going to be basic things that maybe it's worth giving some thought to. So if it's your first wedding you're shooting and you're looking for some research online, this is probably one of the good videos to look at to give you that information that I think you'd find helpful. So let's get straight into it. You've already met with I'll call them clients, but bride and groom. They've decided to take you as their photographer, so you want to set expectations with your clients. Make sure you know what you're going to be providing them and they know what they're going to be expecting to receive from you, whether that be just all the photos on a CD, SD card, whatever, or if they want an album made, or if any of those photos need retouching. You kind of offer different types of packages. Professionals will do this, where they'll give you different packages, but if you're looking at this video, I'm assuming you're kind of getting your feet in the water and just testing out what you can do, or setting up your, well, let's call it a photography business for weddings if that's what you're doing, or if it's you're taking photos for family, friends, whatever. So what locations do you need to cover? There's a few bullet points I've put down here just to get me through this so that I don't go on too long. But things like the event location. So is the wedding taking place in a church? Do you have to travel from the church to the bride's house, from the bride's house to the groom's house? How much coverage are they expecting? Do they want you just to turn up and do the main event in the ceremony in the church, for example, if it's an English wedding? Or do they expect you to do the preparation beforehand? So the bride and groom getting ready, family photos, the dress, everything that goes with it, which is like the proper full coverage, which I think you'd need to do. But sometimes people have a budget and they say, actually, you know what, can you just do certain segments of it? So keep that in mind and discuss that early on. Keep friendly with everybody. So when you're getting information and kind of finding out what you want to cover, what you don't want to cover, speak to bride, groom, family members if they're already present, if they're part of that meeting for the photographer, and then take that going forwards. So what I mean by that is, into the actual day when you turn up, be friendly with everybody, because you don't know who's family, who's guests, who isn't. So it's nice to keep professional with everybody. What you want to do is don't let any single family take up all your time, because on most of these events you'll find some people like the camera more than others, and they kind of monopolize your time and they want you to take pictures of all their kids and all that stuff. So kind of handle that how you will. I tend to give time allocation and make my way around different parts of it so I don't miss anything, and make sure to observe the venue to get the best for the day. So what you may find is, part of their pre-shoot, if you are doing one, get them at the location and just kind of look at where things are, what you want to include in the photos, what you want to make sure that you can get the bride and groom away from to be able to get the photos. Make a checklist, ask for a checklist. If the bride and groom have certain photos they want, make sure you get everything. So for example, the bride wants to be with all their family, including maybe a grandma that's coming especially for the wedding, so you want to make sure to get that photo. Get that list on your phone and also print it out, because it will be a hectic day and you may run out of battery power, and you've got your printed list. Tick off as you get the photos, so you don't have to worry about did you get it or didn't you get it. Keep the edit in mind, get it right in camera. So a lot of my photos I'll take keeping in mind that I don't really want to edit much, because you're going to have 400 or 500 photos easily. So the more editing you do, the more time you're going to have to spend post-production. There will be some level of editing if they're expecting enhancements on their photos, but a lot of my camera photos I've done, I might pop some examples up to give you an idea of the photos I've taken. Some of them are the venues, some of them are detailed shots of the event, because everything was planned by the bride and groom. So obviously you don't want to miss those little extra things that they've got on the tables, or the little decorative pieces, the additional photo frames, everything you'll see. So keep that in mind. And these are quick overall tips for shooting a wedding. There's a lot more that goes into it, but I have got separate videos that go into more detail about preparation and tips for shooting different types of events. which you can touch upon for this similar thing. So you want to make sure obviously all your gear is up to scratch, so you've got enough cameras to cover the wedding. If something goes wrong with one of your cameras, you've got 2 backups, bodies with lenses, batteries, kit, everything. So it's a wider piece around kit as well, which we'll get into. So don't expect to just turn up to a wedding with one camera and cover it all, because if something goes wrong with that camera, it's a big day for the bride and groom and you can't let them down. So sometimes it's better to get a professional to do that. Luckily, because I've had experience with different shoots, I've got various backup bodies and lenses that I can easily get into, memory cards, all of that stuff. So workflow I'll do a separate video for, but I'll link it to a few more videos that I've done talking about tips and photography, so make sure to check those out. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe so future videos come straight to you.